What is going on, team? Welcome to day 4 of videos.
Pretty cool!
If you've watched the last 3 videos, they're the last 3 days of my training, and today is a complete rest day. That means nothing. Walk the dog like 2 or 3 times, but nothing. Also, following on from yesterday's episode, you know, I told you the dog had obviously, that used to have a bobble on it.
They ask you how you are.
And I saw that little bit of orange. You see that? And I went, hold up.
Wait a minute!
Turned into a cheap John Wick. Yeah, and then I kind of was like, I followed it to its source, like a pro would.
You just have to say that.
That also used to have a bubble on it. Also, team, this is the spare room. As you can see, it's full of boxes. We've got a move date now for the people that kept asking what's happening with the house. It's end of next month. Can't wait. Do you know what happened to my house?
Nope.
The news. Alright, first off, we're going to briefly talk about the team quarterfinals. They start today / tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. And the setups that the team have been given and what we've been teased by the CrossFit Games kind of looks very similar to the individual semi-finals. As you can see, the workout for the individuals is on the left, and the teased setup for the teams is on the right. Rep range is going to be a little bit different, breakdown's going to be a little bit different, but the workout's going to be pretty similar, and we're probably going to see more fails. Speaking quickly on the individual side, a lot of the athletes that have qualified for the semi-finals have now started their phase of training ramping up to the semi-finals. Laura Horvath on her Instagram hit a 170 kilo deadlift. I know what you're thinking. This shot was taken of Pat Vaughner straight after his workout. I mean, he's just excited to be there.
I say I'm just fired up to be here today.
An athlete that caught my eye, Thuri Helgadottir, she says semi-final prep was in full swing, and I just basically was watching the video and couldn't stop looking at the dogs. They're so chill, whilst she goes ham. Full ham. But in some actual breaking quarterfinal news, yesterday CrossFit announced that the Asia Invitational, the Lowlands Throwdown and the Brazil CrossFit Championships were all to move to a virtual online competition due to the continuing COVID pandemic. And with that came a shift up in the semi-finals routine. So here's what it looks like now, starting on May the 28th. We've got the Mid-Atlantic and the Torium Pro, both in-person competitions, the same with the Granite Games and the Fittest in Cape Town the week after. But then week 3, June the 11th, it's all virtual online competition, and week 4, June the 18th, we have 2 virtual competitions to finish it out along with the West Coast Classic. My thoughts on it personally? It's not the most ideal situation for the athletes, having to do an online competition, then an online competition, then an online competition to get to the CrossFit Games, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The safety of people comes first. Big events with a lot of people, probably not the most ideal at this time.
You okay?
In the boxing news between Heppner and Bridges, we've seen the drama start. And it's not between the 2 people that we expected. Sevan on the Sevan Josh and Matt podcast said this.
I sparred a little bit.
Any chance he's going to pull out?
I don't think so. I think Heppner's all in, man. I think he's good.
I'm hearing that he didn't like his first little bit of training and he's having second thoughts.
Are you hearing that? Who are you hearing
I'm hearing
that?
that.
Who'd you hear
Just
from?
people. I'm just hearing in the DMs.
Is that a rumor?
I'm hearing that is a rumor. I heard a rumor that he's getting hit and he doesn't like it.
Sevan,
I don't
stop
think.
this of I heard a rumor.
Basically, he'd heard rumours that Heppner was going to pull out the fight and he doesn't like being punched in the face after the first couple of days of training for the boxing fight. Nothing too crazy. And then Heppner just came back with the full savage in all directions.
Sevan, I heard you were throwing around some unsubstantiated rumors about myself. About how I was going to pull out of the boxing match with Bridges because I didn't like getting hit in the face. So I'd like to address it real fast. Number 1, you're right. I don't like getting hit in the face. Honestly, who does? Number 2, when I say I'm going to do something, that means I'm going to do it. My yes is my yes, and my no is my no. Unlike Dave Castro, who already pulled out of the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Maybe you should make fun of him. If we're throwing rumors around willy-nilly, I'll jump in the ring with you and join you. I heard a rumor, and it's quite substantiated. I've got a lot of backing behind this. I heard a rumor that you didn't get fired from CrossFit HQ because you promised Greg Glassman you'd do his laundry for 5 years. Just what I heard. My source is mostly the laundromat you used. Anyways, dude, why don't you leave the rumors to the news media outlets? Stick to the real news, stick to your podcast. Honestly, stick to the podcast. It's only viable because the other two guys you have running it.
It's what the world needs right now. A little bit of friendly, like, you go, I go. Something to look forward to. In other news in the CrossFit space this week, Matt Fraser, along with the Buttery Bros, has announced that they are starting a supplement company.
Go on a tour.
Called Podium. First products will be dropping July this year, and it looks like we'll be getting some sort of whey protein, a pre-workout.
Yeah, boy.
Also staying on the line of Matt Fraser, he showed us the first look at his new garage gym after moving out of his home in Cookeville, Tennessee. This is his new space.
All right, my dude, here's the new home gym. We got 3/4 inch rubber flooring coming in, and then the rig. So this is 26 feet across the back wall. And that's gonna be one solid piece of rig, and then the rig's gonna come up about 12 feet on either side. So one full horseshoe all the way around. Let's go.
Let's go. One, I can't wait to visit it, and two, you know, with his new bodybuilding endeavors and stuff, might just send him a couple of posters for that wall. And then in the final bit of today's news, a little bit more drama. Gobbling it up. Dave Castro recently went on the Coffee Pods and Wads podcast. Now, Ricky Garard is always a talking point, whether you like it or you don't. Obviously, his ban's up towards the end of this year, and this is what Dave Castro had to say about it.
Forgiveness. That's important in society, and moving on and letting someone serve their penalty and then letting them come back. And that's exactly what's going on here. So Ricky was caught cheating, and then he was banned for 4 years. And I respect that, and I'm going to respect him when he comes back after 4 years and give him another chance. And you know what? We just tested him a few weeks ago, and he was clean. Yeah. And he'll continue to get tested, especially if he comes back to compete. We all make mistakes, and we all have to grow from them and move forward.
Now, off the back of this, Fitness for Time did a podcast with 3 times CrossFit Games athlete Adrian Munweiler, and this is what he had to say about Ricky Garard coming back.
Like, of course, he made it through the ban and stuff, and he's allowed to compete again. But in my opinion, he's always a cheater. And I think that's how a lot of people look at, like.
It's always a talking point, and everyone's always going to have a different opinion. I think once you've been caught doping, you're always going to have a tainted legacy. Even if he comes back and wins the CrossFit Games, you know, he's always going to be that kind of person that, you know, did drugs. Does it give you an advantage over a period of time? Quite possibly. What makes it more interesting is Adrian Munweiler kind of went into more detail about the drug testing that CrossFit have done towards him over the last 5 or 6 years of him being in the pool.
The problem I see in CrossFit is like the off-season testing. Like, it's like I'm in there since 2016. Like, yeah, I'm on a list where I have to fill out where I am. And
the whereabouts.
Yes, yeah. I have that, but they haven't come once in 4 years. I always get tested at a competition.
With the answer being they haven't really tested him other than at competitions. So that then kind of brings up the question, you know, Dave Castro says that Ricky Garard has been tested recently. Has he been tested throughout his ban? Because 4 years is a long time. What are your opinions on this? Put it down below and I'll read them. Now team, I know you don't want this vlog to end, but I can't stick around much longer. So that is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, then please do destroy that like button. We'll be back with the training video tomorrow. We got cleans tomorrow. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah, boy. And if you haven't watched the 3 training videos from this week, go back and watch them. There's a good lot of banter and memes in them. If you like these videos, it's kind of like the same. We just don't really cover news. We train instead and just still bang the memes in there. If no one has told you today you're an absolute legend, you, my friend, are an absolute freaking legend. If you want to support Jazz and I, the best way to do that is head over to hustlemade.com and buy some of the sickest clothes in the game. And other than that, I hope you have a good morning, evening, day, night, wherever you are. We'll catch you in the next one. See you tomorrow.